I wonder how many people are going to click on this video because they think it's about ponies. Sorry. What's going on, guys? You're in with Logitech, and let me tell you, I cannot wait to move because nothing screams vlogger quite like cluttered desk and a litter box in your background. I'm living the life, guys. So I want to talk to you guys about friendship. Not pony friendship, but human friendship, whatever that happens to be. So, almost 2 years ago to the day, on Friday will be the 2-year friendiversary of myself and my best friend, Rusty. 2 years ago, we were both graduating from high school. I didn't know anybody because I went to a sort of homeschool place. And they had all the different homeschool kids come together and be like, you guys are going to have a real graduation so you don't feel like complete social outcasts. I still felt like a social outcast. It was horrible. So I get there and I just find this empty table. I take a spot, just kind of read all the different posters on the wall in this room I've never been in before, surrounded by kids I've never seen before, wishing more than anything I could go home and play Pokemon. Well, that day got even more terrifying for me because this weird little short girl comes over wearing sunglasses indoors, which probably was the most intimidating part, and sits next to me. And she said something which I really was misleading at the time, I guess. She's like, wow, it's kind of noisy over there, so I don't mind. I'm trying to remember what exactly she said. And when she sat down, she said something that was a bit misleading for me at the time, because she mentioned that it was noisy over where she was, so she came over here where it was quieter. I took that as, don't freaking talk to me, I want silence. And looking back on this day, is when I really just kind of realized, like, I have a freaking issue when it comes with people. I was terrified to talk to her. Like, I still have this problem today. It's gotten a bit better, you know, like, the more I've done YouTube and more I've, like, started to feel comfortable with myself and everything. But to a certain extent, I'm still dealing with this issue where I really don't think I'm good enough to talk to people. Like, I don't know where this fear came from, if I had, like, some bad experience as a child or something, but I get the mindset where, like, people will be insulted if I try to make conversation with them, or and I have the same thing with phone calls. Like, I'm terrified of calling people on the phone because I'm worried they'll just start, like, yelling at me for thinking that I'm good enough to disturb them. And I know it's never true, and I know no one would ever actually yell at me or be insulted by the fact that I'm talking to them, but I still have that mindset, and that almost kept me from making friends with Rusty that day and meeting what would go on to be my best friend. And as she sat down, inside of me, I'm like, just talk to her, just make conversation, just ask, like, who her teacher was, or absolutely anything. And I just kept reading all the posters on the wall, just ignoring her, being a real dick. And eventually, she ended up just, like, I guess she's like, ah, fuck it, he's not going to say anything. So she ended up, I think she said, so do you play any games? And the second she said that, I was like, yes, I got this. We started talking about video games. I actually didn't mention Pokemon that day. We didn't end up talking about Pokemon until later in the evening. We talked about Team Fortress 2, of all things. And when we were getting ready to leave and go out to the actual graduation ceremony, she ended up saying, like, I'm trying to remember if she said it or I said. I'm almost positive she asked, like, so do you have, like, Gmail or something that we could talk? And I ended up giving her my email address, and from there we ended up adding each other on Skype. And from there, friendship. So, but yeah, I never really knew why I had that problem. And lately I realized over the past few months, I've become, like, super antisocial to my friends and really just kind of everyone in general. And I don't like that. And for those of you who don't know, Rusty is basically the only friend I have that actually lives anywhere near me. Right now, she lives about an hour and a half away. She used to live about 20 minutes away. She ended up moving, and now she lives about an hour and a half away, so I rarely ever get to see her, like, maybe once or twice a month, because it's just such a drive. Once I end up moving, though, I will be, like, 15 to 20 minutes away from her, so it'll be a lot easier to hang out with her. But because of that, because of her moving away, I've been just, like, really kind of deprived from, like, contact with friends and, you know, actually hanging out and doing things. And I just kind of had this breakthrough a few nights ago. That's like what I really need lately, and I think that's why I've been so I don't want to say antisocial. I've been just really withdrawn lately. I haven't been making conversation with anybody. Like, people don't talk to me first. I haven't been talking to them. And I think it's just because part of me is really kind of burnt out on, like, long distance friendships or internet friendships where I don't actually get to physically, like, be with the person and play games or something like that, or just, you know, go out to lunch or something. I never really get to do that with any of my friends, and I think that's something I've just been really missing lately. And I literally don't know anybody in my hometown. I live in a frickin' old people hometown, so that doesn't help at all. But when I went to college when I started college I'm stumbling college later this year in August, but I actually went to college once before, and during that whole semester, I never made one friend because I'm extremely bad at making conversation with people. Like, I just don't know what to say. Like, if they lead the conversation, for the most part, I'm fine. Or if it's something, I know we have something in common, like maybe they're wearing a Pokemon shirt, and we have that connection. Although, I don't simply judge the fact that someone has a Pokemon shirt on, because then they might be Gen 1ers. It's just like, and for those of you who may somehow be watching this vlog that don't know don't follow Pokemon or anything, you just happen to find this vlog, don't ever talk to Gen 1ers. That's today's lesson, okay? So, I gotta learn how to make conversation. I can make conversation perfectly online. I was playing Team Fortress 2 a few days ago with just a subscriber of mine, and we just ended up making conversation about game theory. I just randomly quoted game theory, and we just started talking from there, debating about something. It's like, why can't I do this in real life? And I realized it's because there was that, like, instant connection. Like, we had something in common, and I can't really make conversation with people I don't have anything in common with. Specifically, my relatives is the worst part. We had a family gathering a few days ago, and I just like, no, please, just no. So I don't have anything in common with any of my relatives, and they're always just telling personal stories about their life, and I'm just, I don't care. I really don't care. And they try to, show interest in my life, but I don't like talking about myself. I feel really, I don't want to say insecure. I feel really awkward, talking about myself or, my YouTube channel or anything like that. I just I don't like talking about that stuff with people I wouldn't consider my friends. It just makes me feel really awkward. So I can't really talk about myself. I don't give a shit about their personal life, which is probably a horrible thing to say, but I'm not good at making conversation is what I'm trying to say, because I just don't care about people. And when I do put myself out there and try to make conversation, like when I go to a store or something and I try to make conversation to the cashier, they don't give a shit, and they just completely blow me off, which, well, I'm like, well, curse word you, okay? That's really rude. And the times when I don't make conversation and I'm just feeling really in a bad mood or something, that's the time when I get the really talkative cashier and they're like, so, how are you? How was your day? Oh, you're getting this, haha, and then they'll make a joke, and I'm like, shut the fuck up and put it in the bag, please, just I want to go home. So I never seem to get a lucky break with cashiers, but basically what I'm trying to say is I really want to play Mario Kart Double Dash with somebody, and you can't play that game online, and I want to throw a blue shell at someone and say, haha, you're my friend, but I just shoved a blue shell up your ass, or I want to take someone's stars in Mario Party. I've been coming better, I've been talking to my online friends more. I'm starting to, come out of this whole withdrawal phase where I'm just like, you guys are so far away, I need you here if I'm gonna love you. I'm starting to get better about that, but friendship is such a wonderful thing, and I can't wait till I move out on my own, and when I start college again, I'm going to force myself to make some friends. If I have to walk around holding a sign that says, please be my friends, and I promise I won't throw a blue shell at you, I will do that. The one bad thing is, I've learned, a lot of people that at least live in my area, a lot of teens my age, are freaking potheads, or they drink, and I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't, if you're going to do that, I don't care. It's your life. You can do whatever you want. But if that's just, all you do, if you're just a freaking 24/7 stoner, it's just, I don't want to hang out with you because I don't like getting high. I don't like getting drunk. It's not fun for me, but I just need to find some lovely, adorable gamer nerd that'll come throw blue shells at me and accept the fact that I call him a dick and I don't mean it, because it's a sign of love. I really wish my friend Spizzle lived here, because we just meshed. Him and me meshed like I've never meshed with anybody before. He was made to be my best friend, and I really wish that he was here more often. He lives in Alabama, and I've seen him in real life twice, because I've been there twice, but friendships are wonderful, and hopefully we'll make friends. Hopefully some of you guys can relate to what I'm saying, and I guess that's going to do it for us today. Half of this wasn't even about friendship. Good job, Hardy. Oh, yeah. Bye.